1977 Chevrolet Corvette L82, numbers matching 350 with aluminum heads, 4-speed manual transmission, and air. Let's take it for a test drive. Friday morning, overcast in Texas, and it's not 120 degrees. I am a happy guy. We are in a 1977 Chevrolet Corvette L82 car, which is really cool. If you're not familiar with the L82, it was a more performance-based model, and when you're getting into the late mid-70s, you're not generally thinking high performance. When it comes to a Corvette, they were kind of really diminished when it came to the power. But the L82s, they made 210 horsepower and 255 foot-pounds of torque. That's what they were rated at stock in 1977 for the L82 cars. This one does retain its numbers matching motor, but it has some really nice mechanical upgrades. It has aftermarket trick flow aluminum heads. It's got an aftermarket, I believe, Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock carburetor on it. So has more power than it would have had from when it was factory. Still not a crazy high horsepower setup, but it definitely runs a lot better than it would have when it was factory. 4-speed manual transmission, shifts up and down, in and out of all the gears properly. Goes in and out of reverse correct as well, no grinding of any gears. Clutch is very easy to press. You have power steering, power disc brakes. Really easy Corvette to drive. If you've ever driven one of these, they do have a really tight road feel. The steering is very responsive. This car is very tight out on the open road, and you do actually get a more kind of performance feel from it. It's had a lot of nice suspension, kind of maintenance things done over the years, so it is a really good driving car. This one is a factory heat and AC car. Unfortunately, the control head is not working, so I have the heat and AC listed as no. I actually owned this car previously, and the AC was blowing nice and cold, but unfortunately the control head, when I do anything with it, it's not engaging anything. So the control head itself, I believe, is going to be the culprit for the heat and AC. I can't guarantee that, but that's where I would start, is replacing that control head. All of the system for the AC and the heat does look good, but they are not functioning. Your horn, your heat and AC, again, because of the control head, the washer fluid sprayers, those are the items that are not working. The speedometer works, but it's off by about 5 miles an hour. And then your oil pressure gauge, the needle just moves just a little bit. The car has great oil pressure, just the gauge itself is just kind of fluctuating a little bit on the dash. Real common for this style of car. The rest of the gauges, your aftermarket stereo, all that stuff is working. And this is a really clean interior. It's code 192, it's the black leather interior. Console is in very nice shape. It looks like this top plate has been done at some point. The seat covers have definitely been redone, along with what looks like newer door panels. Dash is great. Inside of the T-tops and the headliner, I guess there's no really headliner, but just the insides of the tops of the T-tops are in great shape. The rear package area is very clean. It's got the T-top bags back there, I believe. And then you have some rear speakers as well for that aftermarket Pioneer stereo. Overall, the interior is very nice. And when it comes to a Corvette, I really prefer them to have tilt and telescopic steering wheel, so you can get really comfortable. This one obviously is option with that. So if you are a larger individual and you're trying to drive a Corvette, that makes it a lot easier. So nice that this one has it. Some really good options. We'll test out the little aluminum headed 350 here. We'll get in the throttle some. Runs really well. Fun car to drive. That exhaust note sounds good. It's not too terribly loud, but it does have aftermarket headers, full dual exhaust, Magnaflow mufflers with the tips coming out in the back. A good muscle car sound. And this one's reading 77,032 on the miles. Being that it's a numbers matching car and how clean it is, it could be a 77,000 mile car. There's just no way for me to know since there's no Carfax before 1981. But it is a very clean car underneath. From everything I can see for the frame, the bottom side of the car, it all shows very well. No issues or disclaimers to note on the bottom side when it comes to the structural portions of the car. It all checks out good from everything that I can see. On the exterior, this was originally code 26L, I believe is the code for the light blue. So it was a color change. I will say the paint is older on this car. Outside it looks great. Underneath my fluorescent lights in the showroom, you can see some imperfections in the paint. Most notably on the front of the hood, it's got some like little reaction bubbles in the paint. There's a little split spot in the paint on the passenger door, and then also around the door handle, there's some split spots in the paint. Just kind of walking around the Corvette, you will see some imperfections all the way around the car. I will suggest looking at my additional informations tab on the website, pcclassiccars.com. In that folder, you are going to see photos of all of the imperfections that I personally find. I walk around these cars. I make notes of all the little imperfections that I do find. This car is very presentable cosmetically, but when you get up close on it, you can nitpick the paint. It's got its imperfections all the way around it, so not a brand new paint job, nor do I know exactly when the color change was done, but a red Corvette with black interior, being an L82 car with a 4-speed and air, aluminum headed motor at this price point, it is just a really cool car. A lot of value for your money, and it drives awesome. You have your standard Corvette rallies. The tires are a Daytona 2013, but no hard spots, no dry rot or cracking. But they're 12-year-old tires, so at some point you might want to put a set of tires on it if you plan on driving it really regularly. That's kind of to each their own. For me, the tires are still in good shape, but again, I always like to put the date code so someone can make their own judgment call on tires. Good looking car though. Doors open and close nice, hood opens and closes correctly, T-tops pop off like they should. Take the T-tops off and just go cruising. Some really good looking and really fun Corvette. Driving position again is very comfortable. Seats feel great. Seat foam's not broken down. These have definitely been redone at some point. Armrest pad here is in good shape. These shifters are really notorious for kind of being a pain in the ass to get in and out of some of the gears. This one has either been rebuilt or replaced because it goes in and out of all the gears very well. You do have your little lockout there to go over into reverse, so you got to pull up on that and then pull it into the towards your knee and then up, and then you find reverse there. Downshift from fourth to third, third to second. Slow down a little bit, make our turn so we don't end up in the neighbor's yard. Engine bay's very clean. Obviously, it's got its mechanical upgrades done with the pretty much the top end aluminum kit. You got the heads, you got an aftermarket intake, aftermarket carburetor. Shows well in the engine bay, nothing's really out of place. Interior's really same. Got nice carpet, nice floor mats. Rear view mirror looks good, easy to see out of both of the side mirrors. Really the disclaimer list on this Corvette comes down to the things not working, which you will see that doesn't work section on the website pcclassiccars.com at the end of the photos, or in the additional informations tab, it'll be in there. And then just some of the paint flaws. It's a very presentable car, but I really want y'all to check out all of those photos. I can only put so many of them in this video, so make sure you check out that additional informations tab. It'll have photos of all of those flaws, so you can make your judgment call on it, but it does still show nice. If you want to have some things fixed over time, you can, but it shows well for me. It's a great car for the money. It drives awesome. All right. Other little things I forgot to touch on. All your glass is in really nice shape. Windows roll up and down like they should. They are power. Then you got manual locks. Windshield looks easy to see out of. I don't see any major stone chips. Back glass looks really good as well. You have a couple little drips, minor seepage from the valve covers, and just minor seepage from the bottom of the motor. Almost inevitable on any old car. You are going to get some fluid drips. It's almost impossible, but nothing that needs to be attended to on this one. And then a lot of the suspension, the shocks look like they've been redone. Probably part of the reason why this car drives so nice. As always, I'm Mike. This is a 1977 Chevrolet Corvette L82. From myself and everybody here at PC Classic Cars, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drive videos. Make sure you check out the rest of the content on our pages. Check us out on the website, pcclassiccars.com, and we'll see you guys on the next video.